Hey, how's it going? This is Boomer from Sugarbombed, and today we're going to discuss the Civilization 6 reveal. Now, to start off with, the voice actor, the narrator for Civilization 6 is Sean Bean. He joins the likes of Leonard Nimoy, guy from Civilization 5, so we know that Sean Bean's an absolutely fucking talented actor, and he'll do a great job. And this is where it gets really interesting. Cities is now being spread over multiple tiles, and these tiles will be known as districts. For example, you have your Science District, your College District, your War District, etc. Ed Beach, lead designer for Civilization 6, goes on to say, "We notice there are certain key approaches that people all share in common. We're sort of in a rut, where all players are playing Civ 5 in the same way. Everyone says, go for 4 cities, but probably not more than that. There are certain policy trees that are well worth it, other policy trees that don't find that they're using." Now, it keeps getting interesting. To start off with, certain tiles add certain bonuses and are better for certain districts. For example, mountains are better for science than faith. Now, the interesting part of this was faith. Religion is returning like it was in the first expansion of Civilization, so it won't be DLC content, it'll be vanilla content. Also means that religion will now be in the base game, so fuck yeah. Ed Beach goes on to say, every district has a good place to put it. You're trying to manage where those go with where all the resource tiles are. It becomes a fun layout puzzle of trying to maximize your bonuses. You have a campus tile, and that's where all your research is going. You have a library, university, and research lab all in that campus tile. Similarly, there'll also be military tiles, industrial tiles, and harbours. There are 10 to 12 different types of tiles that you put around the city. And the player now has this intricate layout puzzle where you have to decide where districts go around the city. That becomes a cool, fun way to develop an empire that has a layer of depth that we haven't seen before. Now, this is pretty interesting too, and it's a pretty good concept. You can do bombing raids in key industrial districts. If Kara is generating ample currency, its markets are an obvious target. So what this means is, instead of attacking a certain city for its resources, which you can still do, you can now attack certain districts. So if your enemy, you know your enemy is really close to research or something, or they're really ahead of you when it comes to tech, take over their research districts. If you want to make them go into debt, attack their market districts. If you want to destroy their production output or their military output, take their military tile or their industrial district, or both. And he adds to this, you'll need to prioritize certain districts over others, especially when outnumbered or outgunned. So what this means is, if I have 2 units and I have 5 tiles to defend, which tiles am I going to defend? Am I going to defend my market district, or am I going to defend my industrial district? Am I going to defend my research district, or am I going to defend my military district? It's all a matter of choice. Now, you can defend them all if you have the units. If you don't have the units, you can't defend them all. But it goes both ways. So if you're attacking, the enemy can't defend all their districts. Now, to quote this article, unlike in previous civilizations, research speed isn't based purely on your civilization's output. Ed Beach goes on to say, now there are things for pretty much every technology in the game that you can do out in the game world to push you in that direction. So if you want to push masonry or construction because you want to build walls, you better go out and establish a quarry. That's going to teach your citizens the skills they need to become good at masonry. Your empire learns by doing. What this means is research is now going to be dynamic. Instead of just researching and getting research tiles, you have motive to build ships, you have motive to build units, because that's going to make you research the tech faster. So if I keep researching, let's say, like I said, masonry, if I build a shitload of walls, I'm going to get masonry tech before anyone else, because I've put the commitment. But research tiles are also very much required, because even though it's dynamic, you still need research output. To quote Ed Beach, if you want to develop a navy, in previous games of Civilization, you could research all the technology for that without even having settled a city along the coast. Here you actually get a significant boost towards sailing when you put that city on the coast. You can get further boost to other naval techs by creating fishing boats and starting to harvest naval resources. Now, Ed Beach gives this pretty interesting example. So, if Osaka, which is a Japanese city, sits in a lush valley bisected by a wide river, you could till the land, build aqueducts, and unlock a food production boost to feed your entire civilization. Meanwhile, Tokyo rests right next to mountains, making it the ideal place to mine for industrial supplies, thereby creating the machines necessary to defend both cities. Now, he makes some interesting points. Cities now going to be even more strategic than they were in previous games in regards to placement, but Japan is going to be returning, which isn't the biggest surprise because Japan is one of the core civilizations in the Civilization series, but it's still a pleasant surprise to have them confirm it. This is pretty interesting too. They've recently revamped the diplomatic system and AI, not significantly but moderately, in my opinion. To quote Ed Beach, Each AI leader has a historical agenda that's appropriate to their historical personality. So obviously Napoleon wants to conquer, some rulers want to explore, some rulers want peace, then nuclear Armageddon. I'm looking at you, Gandhi. However, every leader has a bonus trait that you don't know about. You have to find out what this bonus trait is. So let's say George Washington, his core interests might be exploration and developing cities. But for this game, he might have a secret one where it's like he's also a warmonger. Or in the next game, he's absolutely dedicated to science. So it will change each game. It's very dynamic. So if I play one game, his secret trait will be different in the next game. Coin added beaches will allow you to fully unlock the diplomatic landscape. So it's going to be interesting to see how every single match will be more different now. You don't know what to totally expect from a leader. You can have some expectations, but there's that 25% of them that you don't know what's going on. Now this is pretty fucking interesting. Civilization 6 is maintaining the 1 unit per hex rule. However, now there's a new thing called support units. These support units are like AA, anti-tank, siege towers, battering rams, etc. So what do these support units do? Well, you attach them to your, let's say your infantry unit, your rifleman unit, attach some anti-tank guns, and now your unit has a support unit which is better at attacking or defending against tanks. So I can have one unit that has a AA attached to it, and one unit has AT attached to it, etc. He also briefly teased this thing called cores. Now, core is a French word meaning body. It's used by military to describe large unit. It's thousands and thousands and thousands of men and women. So obviously what he's teasing is possibly a very, very powerful unit or a collection of units. We're not sure because he's been a cock tease, but could be interesting. Could be very interesting. So to sum it up, support units are things that you can attach to your main unit, and they're used to buff your main unit. Now, you can also attach, let's say, settlers to your infantry units, so you can better protect them. They won't become part of your unit, they won't buff your unit, but allows you to escort them better. Now, there's one last thing I want to point out. The screenshot you're looking at is a screenshot from Civilizations Revolutions, which was a console-exclusive Civilization game. It was pretty well received. But anyway, that's not the point. Now look at this image. See some similarities? The last image is Civilization 6. So the art style they're going for is Civilization Revolutions, which is more artistic and less realistic compared to Civilization 5, which was motherfucking beautiful. I'm not criticizing the art style. It's not my personal type of art style, and it's the choice they're going with. It still looks beautiful, but not the beautiful that I had and enjoyed in Civilization 5. So Civilization 6 is releasing on the 21st of October 2016, or to you Americans, October 21st. It's going to be available solely on PC, it's releasing the same day as Battlefield. Now, it's going to go $69.95 for the regular edition, $89.95 for the deluxe edition, which acts as a season pass. So you're going to get some bonus content on release if you get the deluxe edition, and you'll get all future DLC, which is, so it's basically a season pass with a nicer name. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, like and subscribe. If you didn't, give a dislike. And don't forget to head over to Sugarbombed. We just launched 2.0, so it's had a massive revamp, and it's looking great. So, and also thank you to Maddie for giving us a shout out. And this has been Boomer from Sugarbombed, signing off.